into that system. I mean, we had youth soccer and stuff in California where I'm from, but it's nothing like what it is now. I mean, I played rec soccer growing up until I think I was 10 or something, and started playing competitively. But I think with the academy systems that they have now, and the development systems, I think it's different than what they had when I was a kid, and I think it's something that's going to be really beneficial to the development of soccer.
Do you think it's true that if they're not on an academy team, they won't be able to get a college scholarship?
Absolutely not. I don't think that's true at all. I think it helps, but there's a lot of routes that people take to get scholarships. You know, there's everything from playing club soccer to highlight tapes to I don't know if it's necessarily the academy soccer that's getting kids the full rides, but I know that it can help. But a lot of it now is, you know, first of all, is the grades to get into schools, because when I was growing up, we didn't have an academy team, but I had a lot of kids that were as good as I was but didn't have the grades, and teams and colleges weren't even willing to pay any attention to them until they could send them transcripts with better grades on them where they could actually consider them. So I think you definitely have a better chance or more opportunities. Obviously, the more doors you open, the better chance you're going to have to get a scholarship, but I don't think you're closing it. I don't think you're limiting your ability to get a college scholarship by not playing academy soccer, because in a lot of areas that's not available. And I know a lot of kids that come from, well, Kevin, for example, came from Southwest Virginia, right, where soccer was non-existent, and you know he's made his way no problem. So I think each case is unique in itself, but I do think that there's possibilities in every way that he does.
Yeah, I would just say, you know, I mean, he was right. I mean, I grew up in Southwestern Virginia, and then I was fortunate because I moved out to California, and I think one of the most important things is to be seen, you know, and college coaches are, I mean, the scouting network is growing. You know, Adidas has scouting networks. I'm sure Nike and all these other brands have scouting networks. All the coaches are sending out players all the time to watch these tournaments. And so, I mean, I think the academy is obviously an unbelievable opportunity. I wish they'd get rid of that Bradenton, like, U17 national thing, and then we just look at these academies and these top-level club teams, and then kind of you can evaluate all the time. And the thing is, down in Bradenton, they have this U17 national team program where the kids can only be evaluated once every 6 months because it's in association with the school, you know. So the fact that these kids get to live at home with their families, go participate in these high-level these high-level club teams and games, and I mean, there's certainly a lot of things happening within soccer now. I think the academy thing, you're obviously going to have really high-level coaches, but I think it's going the opposite way. We're trying to uncover every stone now. You know what I mean? We're trying to make sure that nothing gets overlooked, no talent gets overlooked, and so to think that we're going to go less and less and only look at the academy teams, I think it is kind of short-sighted. I think we're going to try to, in the future, I think one of the things is how can we get down to the inner cities where these kids don't necessarily have the financial means to get on these unbelievable soccer teams, and can we get these kids into a program where everything's covered, you know? And so I think that's the direction it's heading more than anything. But I mean, obviously academies, they're going to spend a ton of money on coaches. They're going to get you to, I mean, I know one of the biggest things for me when I was a kid is I got to come to the Dallas Cup, you know, and I played in the super group, and I got seen by all these coaches, and I'm pretty sure that not 100% of the teams that participate in the Dallas Cup are academy teams. I mean, I might be wrong, but I don't think stuff has changed that much that quickly, you know. So I would just make sure that they have the best opportunities available, you know, and or what's feasible, you know. And I went to a Division II school out of high school, and I played on a semi-pro team. It was just like me going up and walking up and training with him for a while, and I was playing for him, and it just so happened that the goalkeeper that was playing was the goalkeeper coach at UCLA, and I found my way onto that team, you know. So things have a way of working themselves out, you know, and you just want to, I think a lot of it just had to do with the fact that I was working hard and I was able to kind of progress, and they saw talent, you know. So